This video was recorded as a part of a live webinar series from Aberdeen Consulting. Please note that some of the features shown in this video may have changed and or have been updated since this was recorded.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I do want to welcome you to our session, Successful Project Task Management, Meet Microsoft Planner. I'm Jim Blair from Aberdeen Consulting. Joining me from the Aberdeen team today are TJ Horner, who is producing this live event, and Kyle Harritz will be moderating the questions you submit in the queue. We have partnered with Nancy Kruschke from Successful Organizing Solutions for our event today. Nancy will be providing an overview of Microsoft Planner along with an interactive demo. Nancy is certified in both Microsoft Outlook and OneNote and has actually operated her own consulting and training firm for the last 20 years, where she focuses on helping end users maximize the use of their Microsoft Office products to be more efficient and better organized. Nancy focuses on the user side of the technology, where we at Aberdeen focus on the back end of the technology. So we're very glad that she's willing to share her time with us for the event today. We did review the list of the people attending. We had between 60 and 70 people signed up for today's event. There's many people who've already worked with Aberdeen, so we certainly appreciate you joining us today. For those who are new to Aberdeen, we wanted to share a few things about the company. Aberdeen is an IT managed service provider. We've actually been serving the greater Madison region for the last 17 years. We provide outsourced IT management and end user support to small and mid-sized companies. Our team supports over 4,000 end users at over 140 companies. The majority of our clients are in the Madison area, but our clients actually have offices in 20 different states and actually 2 locations in Canada. The primary reason for doing the event today, obviously, was when the pandemic started. We wanted to make sure that people could, knew about the tools that they have available to them at their disposal, and to maximize the use of their Office 365 subscription. With the current challenge, obviously this is a good time to innovate and rethink the way that you manage your responsibilities, and Planner is one of those tools. We do have some future events coming up. These are available to sign up for on our website as of today. We are going to be talking in November about Microsoft Teams and the phone system aspect of Teams. We've had several companies that have actually converted over to Microsoft Teams for their company phone system this year. We're also going to be talking about an update to Office 365, which is now called Microsoft 365, and we're going to do that in December. You can go to our website at aberdeen.com/events to sign up for those events. We will be answering questions in the queue, so you'll see that at the top of your screen. If you do want to learn more about us, you can follow us, obviously, on social media. We've got that up on the screen. There will be a survey that we send you within an hour of the event. So if you could take the time to provide feedback and let us know if there's other topics you'd like to learn more about, we'd be very grateful for that. We are ready to get started. So here you go, Nancy.
All right, Jim, thank you for the opportunity to share Microsoft Planner with our audience.
Nancy, I think you muted yourself. Can you start over again, please?
I thought I had unmuted myself. Fascinating.
Okay, all right. That's a first for these webinars. Okay.
I'm telling you, technology is not my friend right now.
Okay.
All right, so we'll start over. So Microsoft 365 actually has 3 task apps. The first one is Outlook. The second one is Planner. And the third one is To Do. And the To Do app we talked about last month. And so those videos of the session will be posted on the Aberdeen website. So just watch for upcoming emails of when they are posted. Today, we're going to focus on the Planner app. There are some terms that I just want to touch on real quickly, because I found that people might get a little confused when I mention certain terms. The first one is web, and web means excuse me, and web means that the app is open in the browser. The Planner app is only available on the web. I shouldn't say that. There is no desktop app, but there are apps for your phone. Desktop means the app loaded on your local computer. And as I mentioned, Planner currently does not have a desktop app. And then device, that would be if you do go ahead and load it on your phone or your tablet, and it is available in all platforms, iOS, Android, and Windows. So what exactly is Microsoft Planner? It is a very simple project manager that allows you to capture tasks, assign them out to anybody who is part of that team, to update them so the person they're assigned to can update. If you assign them out and you need to add some updates, some more information that that person needs to work on, you can add those. And it also allows you some graphical views of the progress. So rather than just trying to go into each individual task, you can get some graphical views and have a good idea of what the progress is on all of the tasks for that particular project. There's a couple of ways that you can access Microsoft Planner. And the first one is to sign in to your Microsoft account on the web. So just go to office.com. You're probably already used to doing that, and sign in. You should get to a screen that looks similar to this that shows the apps that you have access to. As you notice, Planner is not listed here. And if that's the case when you log on to the web, just type Planner in the top. The Planner app will pop up. And you can either click on Planner there, or you can click on All Apps, and then a longer list of apps that you have access to should show up, and you can click on Planner there. When you do click on Planner, it is going to open on the web, and typically it takes you to the Planner Hub. The Planner Hub is going to show you all of the plans that you are a member of, so that you can quickly look at the full plan, or you can go ahead and focus just on your My Tasks. On the bottom there is the Get the Planner app. And again, that is only for devices. This is just a really quick view of what the Planner app looks like on an Android phone. Because there's not quite as much real estate on a phone, the first screen is going to show you the plans that you are part of. And if you go ahead and click on the My Tasks on the bottom of that screen, you can just view the tasks that have been assigned to you in any of those plans. Or if you were to click on like the Microsoft Training Plan, it would show you the tasks that are inside of the Microsoft Training Plan on your phone. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to jump over and do a live demo with the Planner app on the web. And so let's go ahead and do that right now. Here we are. So we are in the Planner app on the web, and I am actually in the Training Office 365 plan. There's the Planner Hub that shows all the plans that I have recently been in and all the plans that I belong to. These are my tasks, so this is going to show all of my tasks, and I can set it up and sort in a variety of ways. Currently, it's by the status of it or the progress, and that's up here on the far right. Excuse me, on the top far right. And so I could go ahead and organize my tasks by the plan. I can organize them by due date, which these are all late because this is a demo database, or I could organize them by priority. This prioritize or this group by is available on all of the screens as well as a filter. So I could go ahead and filter and give you another level of prioritization. But let's take a look at a full plan, not just my tasks. What you're seeing here is what they call the board view. And the board view shows you what are called buckets. So objectives, to do, marketing, and design are all buckets. Consider those as like categories or a way to group the tasks, the like tasks together. And then under each bucket are the tasks that have been added there. Before I dive into individual task cards and a little bit more about the buckets and how you might want to set up your buckets, I want to just do a quick overview of the additional views that are available. So let's just jump to schedule. The schedule view is a calendar, and you have an option of a week view or a month view. You're not seeing any tasks actually on this calendar. It is important that for any items to show up on the schedule view, they do need to have a start and or an end date. So if there's no start or end date, they're not going to show up. So if I would grab this one and I would say the start date is today and the due date is next week and then close that, Now I'm going to go ahead and see that particular task on the calendar. That's sort of like a Gantt view in that you can see how many tasks you have going at the same time and what their time span is. The chart view gives you some quick graphic overviews. What's the status? Is it started, in progress, late, or completed? And so there are different colors so that you could quickly can see how many are in each of the categories. The second graphic view is the buckets. So those categorizations that we talked about that I'm going to tell you a little bit more about. The priority, so if you did apply a priority to it. And then the last graphic view in charts is by member. How many tasks have been assigned to each member and what's the status? So trainer user has 1 late task assigned to them. Nancy has a completed tasks and then 2 tasks that she hasn't started. So, and then there's 1 late task that's not assigned and 4 unassigned tasks that aren't started. So it lets you really get a good quick overview graphically of what's happening. A little bit more on buckets. So as I've been working with clients, what we have found is that buckets, you might want to set them up potentially by departments. So that's what some of these are, marketing, right, and the design. Those are kind of the departments. You might have HR or sales, and that's a way to group all the tasks that marketing needs to work on or HR needs to work on or sales in a grouping or a category or a bucket. Another option might be project phases. If you're in a type of business that you do research, so you have maybe research and design and prototyping and testing. And another option that I've seen many clients utilize is the Kanban. And that's just really 3 buckets, a to-do bucket. So all the tasks initially would go in the to-do bucket. As they are being worked on, they would go in the doing bucket. And then a third one would be the done bucket. So it's just a quick overview using a Kanban option for those buckets. In each of the buckets, as I mentioned, these are the tasks. And you can see different items on a task card. But I want to start with how do you go ahead and add a task to any of your cards? So let's just go over here to marketing. There aren't any tasks, and we'll add one. When you do first click on add a task, it pops up what I call kind of this mini task card. And we're just going to do test number 4. I could go ahead from right here and set a due date on it, and I can assign it out. So we'll assign it to Nancy. When I'm done with those 3 small options, I click add task, and that actually adds the task to the card. But it also gets me ready to add another task. So I just click anywhere on the board and that closes the add a new task and just shows me the one I added. When I click on the name of the task, it opens up the big task card. And this is where you can get into more details and the nitty-gritty and really define and describe what action needs to be completed for this task. On the very top is your task name. So if you put a name in there and then you're like, oh, I don't like that, I want to change it or add to it. So I'll just put today's date on there. So it's the date that I added it. Maybe I assigned it to the wrong person and I want to change that and assign it to somebody else. Right now it's assigned to both. So if I get rid of Nancy, now it's just assigned to trainer. The next item is labels, and think of labels as a subcategory. So you have your bucket marketing, but maybe this is a specific part of the marketing, or I'm not sure, think of what other groups. For instance, I renamed one of these labels here as first quarter. So maybe this is a first quarter marketing. So let's go ahead and add that label. At the end of each of these, because red, yellow, green, blue, they really don't mean anything, you can edit the name of your label. So if we stay with, that philosophy of quarters, we can go ahead and add second quarter as a label, and now it's available to add. We have our buckets available. Maybe we put it in the wrong bucket when we added it, so I could go ahead and I could move it. So I'll move it over to the design bucket. Our progress, so that's one of those chart items. So what is the progress of it? It's not started right now. our priorities, which are also one of those charts that I showed you. And then you have your start and your end date. So if we start it today, and let's change the due date to next Tuesday. So now we'll have those. The note section gives you the ability to really do a deep description of, okay, here's the task, but what do I really need to do for this task if the name is not enough? So you would type as much here as you want, and this can be edited. So you can always add information to your notes or remove information from your notes. Another item that Microsoft added, and we saw this in the To-Do app, when you add a task to your To-Do app, is they gave you the ability to add steps. And that's what this checklist is. So if there were multiple steps for this, so first I need to decide on my date of an event. And then maybe the next step is I need to figure out the marketing verbiage. And then I need to add it to the website. So now I actually have 3 items that I need to do. So you might use checklist rather than notes, or you might do both. You'll notice that there's an option over here to show on card. And what that means is that it's going to show this checklist on the card. So if I leave that on there, when I close this, we'll just take a look. And actually, you can see it right over here that the checklist is showing up on my card. If I take the checklist off and I add a description, oh, computer froze for a second, add a description, you'll now see that I have the ability to show the description on the card. So when I show the description on the card, we now see that over here. But you notice that it took away the checklist. I cannot show both the description or the notes and the checklist at the same time. So I have to choose one or the other. You can also add attachments to this task. So if you have a document that you're working on, you could go ahead and attach it. But just kind of a reminder that, again, when you add an attachment here, it is just like adding an attachment to an email, and it is a copy of that file. So it might be better to go up to the description and make a note of where a file is within the team or on the SharePoint site or on the server so that you easily can get access to that particular file. Also in the comments are really kind of status updates. And if I go ahead and I add an update here and I click send, it is actually going to send a message to everybody on the team, letting them know that I added or I commented on this particular task. So if I go ahead and send that off, we'll see down here, here's the update, and an email went off to everybody who is a member of this particular plan. The top right, we always think of an X as closing things, and that's exactly what it does, is it closes that particular task card. If we still put it in the wrong spot, you don't have to open the task. I can actually just click, hold, and drag it, so I can move the tasks around right from this view. And that's a nice quick added option. It always tells you who members of your team are so that you can quickly find that. And as I mentioned before, when we were looking at the My Task, you have the ability to group. So I can group them by who they're assigned to or what their progress is. And so those are just very quick, and it depends on how you want to view them. If you have completed tasks, it does have the completed tasks down here. And so you can always see, did we get that done? That's a nice feature because sometimes it's like, wow, we need to do, and it's like, hold it, but didn't we do that? So you can go ahead and take a look at the tasks that you completed. This particular task, so if I open this task, what we're going to see here is the reason that we're actually viewing some more information is when I added an attachment here, I said, show that attachment on the card. And so that is why, so let me get back out of that card. That's why we're seeing, this is a preview of what that attachment looks like right on the card. And then it's also telling me the name of that attachment right here. So those are all the pieces and parts of the cards. let's go ahead and just jump back over to the PowerPoint. There we go. So that is the Planner Hub and the My Tasks that I showed you. But Microsoft also integrates Planner into many of their other apps that they have available. And this does the To-Do app. In the To-Do app, any tasks that have been assigned to you in a plan are going to show up in the To-Do app. So it's really nice that you don't have to look at Outlook, you don't have to look at and the To-Do app and the Planner app. You can just go into the To-Do app and you will be able to see not only tasks that you add in the To-Do app, but tasks that you've added in Outlook, flagged email messages in Outlook, and assigned tasks from Planner. Microsoft also allows you to bring your plan into your team. So if you are using a team, you can go ahead and add plan as one of the tabs up here. And so that planner board is going to be available for anybody who is a member of the team. It also does bring in the chart views, the schedule views, and your group by and your filter. So that's all brought in to the team space. They recently, and currently this one is sorted by trainer, they recently allowed you to pin and open the Planner app and add it to your navigation bar in Teams. And they augmented it. Instead of just showing all of the plans that you're a member of, it also is integrating your to-do tasks. So if you're using Teams and that's where you want to keep everybody focused is in Teams, you don't have to go out to the To-Do app to find all of your to-dos. You can add the Planner app and pin it to your navigation bar here and have access to your to-dos as well as all of your plans. In addition, they added a fourth way that you can view your items. So we talked about the board and the charts and the schedule, and they recently added lists. So it looks essentially like an Excel spreadsheet. And so it's just a different view. So some people like that view as opposed to the board, the chart, or the schedule view. So the Planner app, it really can simplify those project tasks management. If you don't want to, go to the expense of Microsoft Project, which is an awesome tool, but it can be a little bit difficult to learn and it is an extra charge. Planner is a good option for that. It also has accessibility so that you can view it within Teams, you can view it on the web, you can view it on your phone, and it has your task integration with the To-Do app. It's synchronized every place, which makes it easy, and it really can improve that collaboration and staying on task for each of the projects that you're working on.
So if you have any further questions, certainly you can reach out to us. Our contact information is up on the screen. As I mentioned previously, we are going to be sending out a survey. You should get that within the hour. The thing about that, if you do have any questions that you want some follow-up, if you could acknowledge who you are in the survey, that would be helpful. You can also follow us on our social media at these different locations. And then a reminder, the events that we have planned for both November and December. So Microsoft Teams as a phone system is going to be the topic in November. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Office 365 has been going through quite a bit of branding and name changes with some of the products, and there's quite a few other offerings that are part of that. It is becoming a product known as Microsoft 365. We're going to give an update of that ecosystem, and that's going to be in December. I just want to thank you for spending your time with us today. We certainly appreciate that, and we hope everybody's doing well.